If you've listened to this podcast for very long, you know I hate things that feel like corporate America, and I've tried to keep them out of my business as an entrepreneur. Sometimes that's kept me from doing good things that I should have done that were a little bit more sophisticated, better processes or strategic thinking or whatever. But I just never wanted to be caught up in this, where some policy or bookkeeping or legal was telling people, accounting told us we couldn't do it, legal told us we couldn't do it, oh, shoot me. And so I've resisted things like annual reviews with employees. Well, you need an annual review, but if that's the only time you sit down and talk about what's going on with that team member, then you're a crummy leader. And that's what happens in corporate America a lot. You get told once a year, you suck or you're awesome. Maybe you ought to tell people that they're doing something right or wrong every week, every day. Maybe you ought to pull them aside right after a project and say, good job. Maybe you ought to pull them aside after a project and go, we could have done that better, and here's where we missed it, and so on. So one of the things that falls into that bucket that I have resisted was this thing called having a job description. Because everyone that works at Ramsey, we have a core value that says we're all self-employed. Meaning if something needs to be done, do it. If you see a customer wandering around looks lost, I don't care what your job is, help them. That's your job because you're one of the owners emotionally of this place. So job descriptions set people up to say, well, that's not my job. That's so-and-so's job. And they walk right past a dissatisfied customer and don't take care of them and miss the chance to surprise and delight. And so I don't like job descriptions in a corporate mentality set. So I found a thing early on. A friend of mine in the career space said, use a KRA. And I said, what's a KRA? He said, a key results area. And so 25 years ago, we started using KRAs at Ramsey because I like the idea of everyone being aligned on what winning is. So if I hire someone to, do the accounting like we were talking about a while ago, and I want the books closed by the 15th of the month, and the books are closed and all the stuff balanced, everything's budgeted and everything's balanced, I've got all the reports out by the 15th of the month, then you win. If they're not done by the 15th of the month, you're not doing your job because that's like your job. That's your key result area. In the old days, we used to have a receptionist. Her title was Director of First Impressions. The lady at the front desk at Ramsey today does not answer a phone anymore, but we used to have someone at the front desk that answered the phone and would also greet you back in the day. Old style, right? And the Director of First Impressions, what's your job? 3 things: greet guests and make them welcome, answer the phone within 2 rings. So if I called our office and it rang 3 times, I'm like, what's going on? Why aren't you answering the phone? Well, I was greeting the guest. Yeah, but you got to answer the phone in 2 rings. Because a business that doesn't answer the phone in 2 rings, somebody's not home. You think you're calling Comcast or something. You're going to put on hold, talk to somebody in India, right? I mean, no, 2 rings. We said 2 rings. Hello. That's not it, so doesn't cut it. And so that was her KRA, a key result area. If you're doing the key result area, you're winning. If you're not doing the key result area, even if you're doing something else, you're not winning because you were hired and we both initialed the bottom of the page and are aligned that this is role clarity, this is what we're doing. Everyone on the team knows what they should work on and what's expected of them and how their work fits into the big picture. That's role clarity. And role clarity is vital for an organization's success. It helps folks focus. It helps the team avoid confusion. It helps avoid conflicts because everybody knows what everybody else is supposed to be doing and they know what they're supposed to be doing. And just think football team. The guy who's the defensive end, his job is not running back. That's not his job. The running back's job is to be the running back. And the defensive end knows that. The running back knows that. The quarterback knows that. The center knows that. Everyone knows that. And everyone knows what everyone's job is. And if they happen to drop the ball, no pun intended, then everyone knows they can pick it up and run with it. But that's because a ball got dropped, not because everyone was doing their job. it creates momentum and everything moves faster when there's lots of role clarity. Teams that work in sync, they look like a flock of geese. They look like a herd of buffalo coming down the plains. It's all in sync. There's this motion as if there was a current to it. And everything's moving forward and speeding and speeding up and speeding up and speeding up. And it clears blockers when you've got role clarity. It's easier to get answers and approvals. Everything moves faster. It moves at the speed of trust. There's better teamwork because there's a lot of we instead of me. We got to get this done. We got to get the ball in the end zone. I'm going to block for you. If you come in here, I'm also going to grab your arm and throw you into the end zone if I have to. What is it we got to do? We're going to work together to get there. So a key result area is what every team member is responsible for in their normal, everyday workload. And that is vital to running a business, particularly a small business. You can also have job descriptions. This includes requirement, detailed role responsibilities, skills needed to do the jobs. This is the type of stuff that's used in a job posting. It doesn't require ownership. You check a box of the work you do. KRA is what you do as a part of the team. That's different than a corporate job description. I mean, we have a few of our leaders that use job descriptions in addition to KRAs, but everyone has a KRA. It's mandatory. If you don't have a KRA in your personnel file signed by you and your leader, you both have a problem because that's mandatory here. It's what we do. So what we do to create a KRA is pretty simple. We put the name and the title down. We put a summary sentence of what the role does. We put 2 to 4 bullet-pointed KRAs. This is what winning looks like. If you're going to take someone bowling, don't turn out the lights. There's a lot of noise, but you can't tell if you're winning. But if you can count the pins still standing because the lights are on and the goal is knock those pins down there down, then you can tell if you're winning or not. We don't want just noise and chaos. We're trying to actually win the freaking game. And then 3 to 5 bullet points below each key result statement that shows what it will look like, what it will take to make that area successful. And then they can come in and go, look, this is in my way. This is a blocker for me to do my KRA, Mr. Leader, Mrs. Leader. I need some help with this problem I've got over here. Okay. That's a valid thing to bring into your, your weekly rhythm, your weekly accountability meetings. Valid thing to do. So if you want to download a free KRA template, click the link in the show notes. We've got one built on EntreLeadership Elite, and we'll drop this in for you for free. Any of you can get it. Your free KRA template on how to build out these KRAs. And I'm telling you, until you guys all get this written down, you're not aligned. You think you're aligned, but you're not aligned. It's like when first time you do a budget in your personal stuff, you have no idea what you're spending on groceries, and it'll blow your freaking mind. It's more than you thought. And when you sit down, you go, oh, my goodness. When you sit down with some of these people, they're going to tell you they thought they were doing something, and you thought they were doing something else, and that's why you were frustrated and they were frustrated. Get aligned on what winning looks like. So download this free KRA template, click the link in the show notes, and that'll help you get done and help you get this role clarity stuff moving. It's vital for a winning culture. It's vital for communication and trust, and it will move the needle for you. It's free, by the way. Did I mention it's free? Free. Go download it.